Welcome to your Cyber Daily News Update for July 18th, 2026. Today's top cybersecurity stories include a study warning government agencies face ransomware attacks daily, an $18 million data breach settlement for genetic data company 23andMe, Ernst & Young confirming a breach involving client tax information, concerns that Iran is tracking US military phones, a new macOS malware called CrashStealer, CERT-UA warning that Russian-linked attackers are using fake capture pages, US authorities charging 2 people over a $43 million Chinese money laundering network, and UK regulators investigating TikTok's age verification system. Let's get into it. First up, a new study warns that government agencies around the world are falling victim to ransomware attacks on an almost daily basis. Attackers target public services because they know that any disruption to critical functions can cause significant damage to trust and operations. This pattern suggests that defenders need to prioritize resilience and backup strategies, not just prevention. Next, 23andMe has agreed to an $18 million settlement with 42 US attorneys general following a major data breach in 2023. The settlement includes new requirements for enhanced data protection measures, particularly for sensitive genetic information. This case sets a precedent for how regulators hold consumer data platforms accountable when security controls fail. Staying in the breach news, Ernst & Young has disclosed that attackers accessed a third-party IT support ticket system between March and April 2026. The platform stored documents containing client tax information, putting sensitive financial data at risk. As one of the world's largest professional services firms, this breach raises questions about how third-party vendor risks are managed at major corporations. Turning to national security. Security researchers have raised concerns that Iran is tracking the phones of US military personnel. The ability to surveil communications of military personnel could provide attackers with valuable targeting information, potentially enabling more effective intrusions. This development highlights how personal devices can become entry points for espionage when security controls are weak. Next, a new macOS malware named CrashStealer has emerged, using signed applications to evade gatekeeper protections. The malware is designed to steal information from infected systems, and the evasion technique makes it harder for standard security tools to detect. Mac users need to be particularly cautious about installing software from unverified sources, especially when prompts appear to come from legitimate apps. Staying with macOS threats. The same report highlights how modern malware authors are increasingly targeting operating systems that were once thought more secure. Attackers are adapting their tactics to bypass traditional protections, which means that security teams must continuously update their detection capabilities across all platforms, not just Windows. Over in threat intelligence, CERT-UA has warned that a Russian-linked threat cluster is using ClickFix attacks, fake capture pages that trick users into running PowerShell commands. The technique has become a primary initial access method for the group, which is also known by other names like Sandworm. ClickFix represents a shift away from infected files to social engineering-based intrusions. Next, US authorities have charged 2 New York residents in connection with a $43 million Chinese money laundering operation. The indictment alleges that the pair managed shell companies and bank accounts to move money from cyber investment fraud schemes. This case shows how cybercrime profits can be laundered through complex networks before law enforcement can trace and seize the funds. In policy news, the UK communications regulator Ofcom has launched an investigation into TikTok's age verification system. The probe examines whether the platform meets its child safety obligations under the Online Safety Act, as the UK government prepares stricter rules for users under 16. Age assurance is becoming a hot topic globally as regulators push platforms to better protect younger users. That's your briefing for today. The CVE numbers and links to every story are in the show notes below. If this update helped you stay ahead of the threats, do us a favor and subscribe so you never miss a day. You can catch Cyber Daily News on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Stay sharp, patch early, and we'll see you next time.